Greg Pickel, signing day is inching closer.
It really
it's
is.
going to be a big week coming up for Penn State and James Franklin. We just actually talked to him, and he was literally off a plane.
Right.
No doubt recruiting.
Right.
But I mean, it's trying to dot all the I's, cross all the T's. What can you tell us about Penn State signing day, which is December 20th?
Yeah, it's a fascinating time of year that no coach has ever had to deal with before. You may have gone after some JUCO guys. Penn State dealt with this on a very small scale with Paris Palmer. Other than that, though, no one's ever experienced this before, Bob. So it's new. You have this enhanced, quick time between the end of the Maryland game and December 20th to get out on the road. The dead period, of course, started on Sunday, so there's no more traveling for these guys. They're done with that until the middle of January. So you have to get all your ducks in a row in, what, about 3 weeks? And it's not easy. Penn State has 20 guys committed, or at least they do as of Friday, and you look at what this group has built. It seems like a pretty tight-knit group.
Yeah.
But Brent Price seemed to hint at the fact that maybe not everyone's going to sign on December 20th. We'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. He said, we feel pretty good about mostly everyone, but not everyone at this point. So I don't know what that meant. Maybe it was just, I'm not sure what he was, I don't know if he's talking about, maybe he's talking about uncommitted guys. I don't know, but we'll see. I think Penn State would be thrilled if they got 20. I think they'd be thrilled if they got 18 of those guys to sign. Just get as many out of the way as you can, and then move forward with the rest of it in January.
Now the fans want to know, Greg, just your thoughts. They got a couple of 5 stars in this class. Pretty confident they're going to land them. One of them is Ricky Slade. Yep. But there's a certain 5-star from our neck of the woods.
Yes.
Harrisburg, uncommitted. Harrisburg's Micah Parsons.
Right.
What do you think about where he stands, and kind of what's the next couple days going to be like for Penn State and for Micah?
Yeah, I mean, I think you remember Terry Smith a year ago saying that the final days to get Lamont Wade to connect, because remember, him and Clarendon played in the state title game down in Hershey, so Penn State did not have a chance to go in home with him before the announcement was made that he was going to pick Penn State, because the schedule just didn't work.
Right.
He was going to early enroll, so he had to do it at this time of year, as a matter of fact. So it's almost similar to that. You're just hoping and praying everything you've done up until this point is enough. Penn State was in Harrisburg last Thursday. They've been obviously in touch with him. They can continue to be in touch with him despite the fact that it's the dead period. They just can't go see him. You just got to hope everything goes well. Obviously, Georgia got the last shot with a visit. Oklahoma's in play, a couple other schools. It's going to come down to the wire. There's no doubt about it. I think Penn State's in a good spot, but recruiting's recruiting, man. It's never safe and secure until that letter comes in with a signed national letter of intent.
Just real quick, it's been a long journey for Micah and Penn State just to get to this point.
Right.
Early commit, then the decommit.
Right.
And now this essentially would be a recommit, then a sign if it would happen. So it just doesn't happen.
No, hardly
ever.
ever.
What do you think it says about the Penn State staff if they could somehow pull this off?
I think it's just, again, you hear, remember when James Franklin got upset last year because everyone called him and his staff good recruiters, and he thought that they should be talking about more.
How dare you?
Right.
How dare you call me a good recruiter?
Right. The point was fair, but it's also true that these guys are known as recruiters.
Yeah.
They're known as being relentless when they go out on the road, and that's the only way you're ever going to land a guy like this again. So I think it just goes to show what they're able to do. That's why they have, you mentioned the other 2 5-stars, Ricky Slade and Justin Shorter, the receiver out of New Jersey. It's a good class, Bob. It's a top 3 class. Penn State hasn't had a group like this in a really long time, and they still will have time to add to it in January and February.
One last thing. Do you read anything into Micah Parsons' literally last minute visit to Georgia?
Maybe a little bit. I think that it's hard though, because where are we at in the process here? That's the question nobody but Mike and his family knows. You get 5 official visits. They're a great time. You get to go out. You get to, basically spend 48 hours on a school's dime as well, they can't drink, but wine and dine is, the phrase that comes to mind. They pull out the red carpet and do everything they can for you. So is it just to take that last experience, or is there legitimate interest here and does Penn State have to worry? It's a question that's left unknown. We'll wait and see. We'll find out for sure on Wednesday. I think Penn State's probably a little bit queasy, but I also think they put a lot of work into this recruitment, Bob. They should have a pretty good feeling about where things stand.
My personal 2 cents is it's got to be warmer in Georgia than it is in the state of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, or State College. And I think Mike is smart to get out of the cold, and that's why he's gone.